In fact, I'm so old, I'm taking a well-deserved season off to bring you commentary here for GT1 every Friday. Unless I don't feel like it, in which case someone else will pitch in, I'm sure. This is first stream of the season, as you can tell. We're juicing it up a little bit for GT1, so do let me know if you see any technical problems, if you can't hear me, if the audio's off, anything like that. Just drop a note in the chat, let me know. So we are about to get underway shortly for qualifying. It will be the F1 style qualifying, just as it was last night for GT2. So that will be Q1, Q2 and Q3. Q1 on the medium tyres, same as Q2. And then Q3 on the soft tyres. 5 minutes each, we're about to get going. So it is the bottom 3 that will be eliminated from this round after 5 minutes of qualifying. Lennon, hello? Are you racing? I can never tell. What we'll do is we'll run through some of the cars, run through some of the drivers. We've got a mix of people who were GT1 last season, and then a few guys moving up from GT2. Which should be interesting for them. And also a couple of people just genuinely just returning, like Aaron. I'm sure everyone's missed the Milka car. Well, I'll say everyone. Most people have missed the Milka car. Regular feature. I didn't get to see all of the GT2 stream last night, so I'm pretty much in the dark on which cars are going to be best around here. If you want to fill me in, please do. But we'll go through people on the outlap just in the order they are here. So up first we've got Graham in the quick fit livery. That's the Jag. So Graham last season had a pretty solid season. I don't base it on how they outscored, whether they outscored me or not. I think Graham did. Not particularly high bar to clear. But I'll be expecting good things again from him this season. Pagani had a real good showing in a few races last season. Didn't get on brilliantly well with the F1 cars, but now he's back in the Group 3s and in the Ferrari. I'm sure he'll be right back up there. Love that livery, by the way. I think that's a Joker special. On safe release, first of the team only mans in the Lamborghini. And then we've got Ross. And as you can see, Ross is very much a pro driver today. I mean, he is if you look at one side of the car. I think, in fact, if we go on board with Ross, we might be able to hear his thoughts on it.
I'm a pro gamer! I'm a pro gamer! I am a pro gamer!
So this is Ross. Definitely one of the title contenders this season. And he's on the back. Hi, Tom. Let's hope Tom's right behind him. No, he's not. It's blue flag at the minute. So we've got blue flag again in one of the Stanley Fat Max cars. And this one is the Peugeot. I've never really driven that Peugeot. We'll have to see what that's like. There's some love for Ross's livery in the chat already. Aaron in the Milka car. Lennon in the second only mans. And then Biggles in the next quick fit car. Is that the... I forget what car that is. Oh, it's the Mazda. I thought I could hear it whining away. It's not quite as bad as the Beetle, but it's still quite a discordant note. Ron in the Renault RS01. That's going to... Oh, there you go. I was about to say that's going to be a bit of a handful, and we just saw that there. And then we've got Lee. Oh, another only mans. How many of these are there? Is there just 3? Oh, it is teams of 3. Okay, of course it is. Lee's just some running through everyone. They've all swapped positions as they come over the line. I was too slow. I was trying to remember who I've not covered yet. But Lee in the only mans car. We've got some. We've actually got some live footage of Lee driving. So fingers crossed for him. A nice can of tuna if he gets a good result tonight. Tom DeVal. Another Mazda driver. Be really interesting to see how he gets on. Certainly got pace. We'll have to see if he can keep up with some of the guys ahead of him. And then have we missed anybody out? Will, who's currently P1 by 4,000th of a second from Ross. Excellent lap from Will. See if he keeps that up. The mighty preheated oven, Jadon. My often teammate, co-commentator, occasionally lover. Be hoping and praying for him to do well. He's got a task on his hands at the Lambo. But we'll see how he gets on. And I think, apart from Tom in the BMW, I think that's it. Oh, and Homer as well. I don't think we covered Homer. So those are the 15 runners today. And as we come over for lap 3, we're already nearly at the end of the first shootout. The Panda leads just from Ross and only just from Aaron. In fact, these gaps... Oh, it's Lennon hits the front by half a second. Only to be quickly cut down by Ron. We had quite a few people within a few thousandths of each other. But down at the end you don't want to be. We've got Tom Duval. We've got Lee in the pits. Assuming he just had to bail out on a lap there and he just got into the pits. And we've got Biggles who's finished as well. I think we are already, although we've still got a few people going round on their final laps, I think we're already cut and dry for Q1. We are going to see Tom Duval, Lee Cole and Biggles eliminated. What do we make of that? Only 5 minutes. Not really enough time to get a handle on the track. I mean, obviously everybody, I'm expecting everybody except Lennon would have put in a lot of practice in Lennon's pole anyway, so he evidently doesn't need to practice any more than the race he's already done. An interesting order. T. Smith only just avoiding the cut. Q1. That's all he has to do, but even so, that's really is very interesting. Joe Burns in the chat. Good evening, Joe. I expect Aaron to win this. He is very confident. He told me himself. Aaron is nothing if not confident, except when he's not. P5 and Q1. So he's done more than enough, only half a second off pole. Any more predictions? Which cars have we got towards the front then? We've got a Peugeot, a Renault, a Ferrari, so a real mix. I believe that's the Subaru as well. Proper mix, no one car dominating really. I think we're waiting, what are we waiting for here? We're waiting for Lee to come out of the pits. While we're waiting, let's have a look through the liveries, let's see what we like. We've already had a quick flick through, but really good job on most of them, I'd say. I quite like that from Ron. Classic. Very nice. Absolutely gopping. Oh, too late. Oh, Aaron's come in and said, absolutely not fucking confident. Okay, fair enough. Why not? You need a bit of confidence. I mean, this is what you say, Aaron, to Mike on a daily basis. All he needs is a bit of confidence. So I'm saying, pole for Big Pizza, second to Donzo, third for City Posh Blue. Who's your favourite ex-FTRL member? Or at least currently ex-FTRL member? Put that in the chat for me. While we wait for Q2. Who's your absolute favourite person you'd have back in a heartbeat? Right, Q2, here we go. So we're going to be losing the bottom 4 drivers this time. This is a real arsehole of a cycle, isn't it? I don't mind driving it, it's just so, I don't know, can't put my finger on it. Something about it that gets you back up. I think it's this section of corners. I think it's going to be nice and smooth and serene, but you just end up wrenching the wheel from side to side. And then you got this bastard of a triple right-hander here. We saw a lot of people going off wide, some of which were helped in GT2 yesterday. Crucial to get it smooth through there and not wreck the tyres more than anything else. Tom and Blue Flag going to be the ones to lead us around. Let's go on board for a lap with Tom, shall we? Decelerating, trying to hug the inside, but quickly become as power as possible, right to the edge. And hard on the brakes just after the 100. This left, right, left. Over the curbs as much as you dare. Can unsettle the car a lot, especially depending on what car you're in. Oh, and that's a big moment for T. Smith. Full throttle all the way down to about the 100 again, and all the way down to first gear. To cut this hairpin as tight as possible, and then back up for this section, which we all love. You've got to come left, you've got to keep right over to the left here. Slightly onto the brakes, quick dab. Keeping it wide again, and then cutting in for the left-hander, and full throttle if you dare, right to the outside. And that was pretty nicely done. You've got to keep the throttle modulated, or just on, off like that. That works. All the way out, and then just 2 final corners remain. Sort of squared off. It is a hairpin, really. It's really one big corner. Got 2 left-handers. Brake back onto the throttle and down towards the line. So a few twitchy moments off the curbs for Tom there. Let's see what he gets to. Drifting quite early in this BMW. 131.8. And Lennon immediately goes 4/10 quicker, so this Peugeot is absolutely flying. Are we going to see Tom struggling to get out of Q2 here? So far he's ahead of Graham and ahead of Ross and unsafe, so not many people are going to factor in the issue of that. So he might be okay. Great suggestions in the chat for favourite ex-driver. Lennon kicks off with SBY. Yeah, thank you. Atamis, Marley, Wee Man, Matt Cause. Even I don't know some of these. Been here 20 seasons. Lovely stuff. Right, that's enough for Tom. Let's see what else is going on. Ross currently P6, unsafe P7. Currently in the drop zone are Jadon, Aaron, Blue Flag and Pagani. Probably a few off moments there in that lap. They've got... Oh, it might only be this lap, you know. A couple of the front runners might get a final lap in. These guys that are lagging behind have only got 30 seconds to get to the line, so let's see where we end up. Tom's going to be first across the line. He is going to get another lap. Is he going to improve this time around? Doesn't look like it. No, not quite. Got anybody coming up, setting a faster time. It won't be Blue Flag. It will be Ross. He's into P3. Leonard sets an even faster time. Aaron goes faster. Unsafe goes faster. Rom is up there now. And Pagani with a 131.6 should see him safe. So as everybody goes over the line, who has finished? Homer is finished, but he's P4, so he's okay. Panda is P2. And we've got our first casualty because Jadon has run out of time, run out of flying laps, and he is currently P11, so he will be eliminated. Then it's still P1. Who is on the button? Aaron is P10. Graham is P9. Rom is P8, so 9 thousandths of a second. Separate Graham from safety at the minute. People watching him. See if he's improving. Witchell, good evening, sir. Good to have you back in. Right, coming round for the final time. Those in danger, potentially. Blue flag. Jadon already eliminated. Aaron, Graham. Rom T. Smith has given up his lap, so you'll have to hope that those behind him aren't going faster. Let's see where we are. Coming over the line, we're with Graham at the minute. He needs to be a 1:31. He's up to P7. He's ahead of Tom and ahead of Rom. And Tom is down to P10, so... Oh, Graham's been dropped back down. Aaron and Pagani have got ahead of him. Rom's got ahead of him. Everybody across the line. So, that means eliminated are Jadon, Blue Flag, T. Smith, and Graham from Q2. Aaron, Homer, Panda, Pagani, Unsafe, Lennon, Ross, and Rom. All making it through. Sterling lap from Rom there, 1:31.0. We go on to soft tyres for the final qualifying round. Lennon said it's the driver, not the car. Yeah, fair enough. If you can keep this up across the season, mate, I will be fully on board with that. Softs for Q3, everyone. Softs for Q3. Yeah, that BMW did not like the curbs from the little time that we spent on board with Tom. Very, very interesting start so far to GT1 Season 25. Let's take another little bit of time while we wait for Q3 to admire Ross's livery, shall we? Absolute work of modern. Is that a red velvet sofa? A strange colour. I think Lanners peaked too early in the season in the chat. See if he's peaked too early for qualifying because we're heading off into E3 here at Dragon Trail Gardens. Oh my goodness, Peteman has entered the chat. Good evening, Peteman. We were just speaking of which ex-FTRL driver would you have back in the league in a heartbeat, and look who appears. We got a great front view of Homer's race helmet there. I'll see that one more time as he comes on the corner. Fantastic. Alright, soft tyres, 4Q3. Let's see if this changes the balance any. I think I heard some rumblings from GT2 last night that the soft tyres, well, A, may not have performed as well as expected, but also suited different people better and different cars better. So it'll be interesting to see if it does make a difference, as Pagani really hammering it on the outlap. Hopefully that doesn't give him a penalty. I think he's alright. Yeah, he's fine. Alright, 5 more minutes, so as we saw before, the guys at the front will likely get 3 flying laps. Everybody else probably only going to get 2. It's Pagani, Ross and Lennon who lead us across the line this time. Here we come round for first flying lap. Firstly, let's see how the times differ. 1:31.0 was the fastest time in Q2. We should expect to see a faster time here. And we will use Pagani as the benchmark, and we are looking to go into the 130s with a 130.4. That's a decent benchmark. Ross can't quite match it. Lennon can't quite match it. 3 thousandths of a second behind. A good opening lap for Pagani, puts him in good stead. Ross following over, unsafe Homer in P8 currently. So far, he's doing a really good job making it into Q3. Oh, big wobble from Ross. Has he got in Lennon's way a bit then? Might be okay. No, I think Lennon's backed out as well. Unfortunate for both of them. But they now peel off and people behind them weaving to get through. So they're going to need to get round for another flying lap. Will has taken the lead. 1600ths. It's the Ferrari driver who currently holds provisional pole for the first sprint race. We've got 3 sprint races coming up, 16 laps each. I can't remember the tyre rules, I'll have to look them up in a minute. Or if anyone who remembers from last night in the chat wants to remind me, feel free. Panda is way down on his time. Stick with Pagani. Currently P2. See if he can make up any time. 1:30.2 is the current pole time. Don't think Pagani's going to make it to that. No. No improvement from Pagani. He will get another lap. 15 seconds left on the clock. Everybody might get over in time, actually. Who's at the back? It's Rom. Yep, he's going to make it as well. And he goes to P2, just 8 thousandths of a second behind Panda. So close here. 8 thousandths separate first and second. 3,000 separating third and fourth. Homer's struggling a little more on the softs, although he is improving. Sitting right in the toe of Ross. Mike says, 1 race on soft, 2 on mediums. Thank you, Mikey. So driver's choice, presumably. Who's going to improve through this sector? Have dropped off the back, so they're not going to be making improvements. But the guy at the front is still Pagani, currently P3. Needs to try and find 1600ths. Has he got it in him? He's definitely going quicker this time. How much quicker? Oh, it's a 1:30.0. Pagani takes pole. Will's coming up. Can anybody else improve? Here comes Panda. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. 1:30.019. Snatches pole from Pagani at the death. Rom is P3, Lennon remains P4. Aaron has made his way up into P5, Ross is 6th. Homer in 7th, he's managed to get ahead of Unsafe Release, who will start in P8. There's some good input coming in from the GTs who drive us from last night. Eric says it's touch and go whether the softs last 16 laps. Interesting to see what people choose then. So, prepare yourself for the first sprint race here in, where are we? Croatia. Maybe Luka Modric is watching, he's got some free time there. That was mean, I felt sorry for him. Anyway, we're not here to discuss football, we're here to discuss racing. As we set the grid and prepare to start, please do get your predictions in the chat. Who do we think? Firstly, do we think anyone's going to go straight in on the soft tyres? I can see a couple. I'm not gonna tell you who it is. I'm not gonna start flicking through them. Pagani's the unlucky one because he's on the screen. We can see he's on the mediums. But I'm not gonna tell you this just in case anyone's listening. Let them. So as to quickly change their mind. I'm sure nobody would be that sneaky. I've been asked to confirm if Lee has fed his cat since he left his place. I would assume so. Lee is nothing if not a conscientious pet owner. But let's assume he has. Lennon says, I'm always listening. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Heatman is prepared for Pagani total domination. Will we see it? Return to the good old times, 25 seasons in. Will we see a dominant Pagani victory? Okay, here we go. Race 1 of GT1, Week 1, FTRL Season 25. Panda on pole, followed by Pagani, Rom, Lennon, Aaron, Ross, Homer, Unsafe, Graham, T. Smith, Blue Flag, Jadon, Biggles, Leacol, and Tom Duval. It's a 15-car grid. And Panda and Pagani go to lead us away in the sun. Here we go. It's a pretty good start from Pagani. He may look to get the inside line here. In fact, he's just ducked in behind. These two may choose to work together early on. Panda is on the soft tyres. He'll be looking to make a breakaway here from pole. That's obviously a smart choice. Let's see if he can get away if Pagani's team can hold any of them up. A bit further back, Rom in P3, Lennon in 4th. A couple of people choosing to ride the curbs. A big bump for Ross. Aaron is P6, and there's a battle going on behind. Tom's already made his way up to 7th and is alongside Homer. Good start for T. Smith, having qualified back in P10. Blue Flag, Unsafe, Graham, Lee, all in a big gaggle. Jadon, Biggles, and Tom Duval out the back at the minute. Okay, Panda has stretched his lead already to 1 second. Over Pagani. To be expected. Question whether we can make the tyres hold on. And he'll be hoping that Pagani can do him some favours holding up anybody behind, but at the minute he's going faster than Rom, so no dramas there. Ross and Lennon are side by side at the moment. Lennon looks down the inside. He's got that position secure just about from Ross. So Lennon P4, Ross P5. Aaron not too far behind, and T. Smith with these guys as well. Tom's on the soft tyres as well. That would explain why he's made a decent chunk of progress. In fact, quite a few drivers chosen to go with the soft tyres in race 1. Ooh, massive shake of the hips there from Rom coming over the curb in the chicane. It's so dangerous, it really is. You can choose to try and cut it. You take your life into your hands every time that you do. There's a huge battle going on here. Let's keep an eye on this. I'm going to go on board with T. Smith. Looks to dive up the inside of Lennon. There's a bit of contact. Tom's through. Door-on-door action there. Oh, someone says, which drivers is Ross on the team with? Well, Ross is in the Subaru. And that puts him, again, I've failed miserably to prepare for this. So I can only assume that all the Subaru drivers are in one team. I might be making that up. Oh no, that's a complete lie. I don't know is the answer. There you go, Derek says Ross is quick fit. There you go, so he's with Biggles and Graham. Aaron doing a good job so far. Sitting there in P4. Rapid change of direction around the chicane. Dropped off a little bit from Rom, who's keeping good pace with Pagani, and Wheeler's now stretched his lead to 3.3 seconds. 1:30.2 on that second lap. Those tyres, however, ain't gonna last 16 laps, I'll tell you that right now. That'll be interesting to watch later on. I was watching Aaron's car from the chase cam, and all of a sudden this big pink thing just loomed up behind him. No prizes for guessing who that is. Just keep an eye on him for a minute. I know it's hurting your eyes, but please bear with me. He's got the pink wheels and everything. It's a stunning effort. I particularly like the non-symmetrical mirroring of Pro on the right-hand side. Lennon currently P7, Blue Flag, Homer and Unsafe are all together battling for P8. Let's see what Blue Flag can do over here. They're all going to cut the curb. Ooh. Rennie didn't like it. It's cost Homer a little bit of time. Unsafe closing in gradually, but probably not enough to make a move down into the hairpin. No, I think Homer is okay for now. Graham's P11, Lee is down in P12. Tom Duval's made his way up to 13th. He's jumped Biggles and Jadon, who's now 5 seconds off the back, so some things happen there. It's a 1:46 lap 3. It's gone a bit wrong for our friend James. But only lap 4, he's got another 12 laps to try and get back into it. 4-second gap up front. Does he need to stretch it to a pit stop though? That's the question. I think he's going to have to if Pagani can hang on to his tyres. All Panda can do is push, push, push in the pits and out again and see where he ends up. Front 5 are fairly, front 6, front 7, everyone's quite spread out now. Bit of a battle going on back here, but quite sensibly I think. First race, everyone's not piling in, trying to find their feet a bit. 2 more races to go, so plenty of opportunity. Ooh, bit of a slide from Homer. Got Unsafe release right up his rear end now. In fact, I think Unsafe had to let off the throttle a little bit. Now he's looking to find a way through. On board. He's going to send it. No, he's ducked out, taking the wide line, looking to cut back. Homer's in the way again though, positioned his car nicely there. Maintains P9. Oh, he's having another look. Nah, he's okay. Just about. Onze's still trying to get down the inside. Cannot find a way through at the minute. Literally sat right on the rear bumper of Homer there. Now he looks to the inside and he looks to have got it. This time, yeah, just neatly pushes his way through and up to P9 goes on safe release. At the front, 5.5 seconds. Eric wants a bit more onboard Lambo noise. Okay, let's find ourselves a Lamborghini. Here we go. Oh yes, there we go. Lovely stuff. Yeah, Safe's doing a good job. He's pulled out half a second since they were taking home toward the end of last lap. Graham's still there, P11. Lee not too far behind. Tom, Biggles and Jadon plugging away at the back. Now the tyres are starting to wear. Panda's not drawing so much of a gap each lap to Pagani. He does have the fastest lap of the race. He's been pretty consistent. 130.2, 130.3, 0.7, 0.6. Now 130.8, so he's not really dropping off too badly yet, but it's going to start soon. I think he's either going to try the bold strategy and try and hang on to these tyres, which I think would be unwise. Right in that curb there. And or he's going to have to pit. If he's going to do that, he may as well do it on lap 8 halfway through. Yeah, you can see already starting to lose time. No fuel depletion in the sprint races, so he's not burning off fuel to help with the tyres, help with the lap times. And those tyres at the end of, or midway through lap 7 are, that front right is pretty much half worn. I think that's almost a guaranteed pit for Panda. Barney will be absolutely fine, as will Ron behind him on the medium tyres. Aaron's definitely going to have to pit. Ross has done a much better job, however. Just keep your eye on Ross. He's got obviously got the ability to put a quick lap in. But he's obviously just holding back on that at the minute, just to keep the tyres in check. So he doesn't have to pit. And at the minute, that's working for him. He's only 2.5 seconds off Pagani in P2. Ross could be one to watch there. Zom coming in with a bit of intel in the chat. 130.2 was my fastest last night. Got to 133, 134 to the end without pitting. Not like you to try a non-stop, Zom. Very strange. Tom is very interested here in P5, and he's got it pretty easily. Down the outside, gets the move done before the hairpin. At that back, Tom's tyres are actually fresher than Ross's as well, so from a lowly qualifying position, T. Smith has fought his way back into contention here. Only now 6.5 seconds behind Panda. Ron closing in. Rom's now in the slipstream for the 2 long straights. End of lap 8. Let's see if we see our first pit stops. No, Will's carrying on. Medium runners obviously not going to pit. Aaron choosing not to as well. he may, with his ailing tyres, he may be soon to fall victim to T. Smith as well. Yeah, although Tom's tyres are decent, he's still a couple of seconds behind these two boys here. And they're only going to gain more of an advantage towards the end. So I'd still make these two favourites depending on Will and his pit stop. How long it takes, we will find out. Rom's really closing in on Pagani now, as is T. Smith on Aaron. A bit further back, fairly lonely, P7 for Lennon, P8 for Blue Flag. Safe doing well now, P9, he's really pulled the gap to the guys behind him. He's going well. For MP10, Homer has now dropped to 11th. They've all closed up a bit behind. Lee is 12th, Tom is 13th, Biggles 14th. Not too far away. There's still a chance of a decent result for these guys. James is another 6 seconds back. Not everyone has gone round again. It's as expected. I think Aaron has decided to pit. Yeah, it's not a slow pit stop. Aaron's in and out. Back out in P11. Not costing a massive amount of time, so actually I would not write Will off. I'm going to go for a very quick sort of 5 or 6 lap blast at the end, I would assume, unless he's going to try and hang on with dead tyres, but I would, looking at the state of those, I would not recommend that. We're going to have to do about 3 laps on completely bald tyres, which won't go well for him. I'll tell you that right now. So, Aaron pitting has got him neatly out of the way for Tom. Still looks to be able to just about hang on to those softs for the full stint. Ross is behind, but he has got a penalty. That might just bring him a bit closer to Lennon. Fortunately for Ross now, he's going to be on the cusp of making it to the end as well. We're still going here. A full 6 laps to complete on those tyres if he wants to do it. And that gap is no longer increasing. Carney. Rob is all over the back of him. They're both just into the air as they ride the curb. Unsettled both cars. Rom still can't make the move though. What is James doing? That's a 154. No idea what's happened there. We've missed a fairly large accident, I would say. Oh, well, better look next. 7.3. I mean, he's not losing time yet, but I don't know. If it was me, I'd be pitting this lap. Let's see. He's already lost nearly 2 seconds on his fastest lap. He's going again. He's going round again. Still not lost any time on that lap. Only because Pagani started going a bit slower as well now. Is he doing so deliberately? Maybe just holding Rom up a bit on key corners? Maintain that gap to Will? Don't know. Even that in itself will be ill-advised because Tom's not too far behind. So his tyres are now starting to go off as well. He's gained a good bit of time for that chicane. Rode it beautifully. He's now inside 2 seconds. Gap to Rom. Ross a further 1.5 back, and Lennon 1.5 back from him. This is the part of the race where you'd expect to see the medium runners come into play. Safe's doing a really good job. P8. Aaron is now fighting back, having pitted. Came out in P11. He's already back up to 9th. Only a 1.5 seconds behind on safe, so you'd expect to see him take that position within a couple of laps. And then maybe look to hunt down Blue Flag and possibly Lennon. Get himself back up to close to where he was when he pitted. That gap's now under 7 seconds. Will's not going to give this up, is he? Those tyres are nearly dead. Getting very cloudy. That helicopter in the distance, got those lights on, could barely be seen. It could bring some a little bit of interest. Weather is on random. Whoop. This is a great shot. Nicely rode from Pagani there. Really good exit. Pulls out the gap again to Rom. Oh, Rom's got a penalty as well. Cut the chicane too much. That 1/2 second going to bring him back into the clutches of T. Smith. Rom's P3 could be in danger here. On board. As Rom hits the penalty line. See how close Tom can get. Can he get P3? Not a long straight. Is he going to go for it? No, he's not quite going to get there. Rom's going to hold on, but Tom's now right in the slipstream. Oh, massive snap coming off the curb. He's okay. Do the tyres any good, mind? All these guys now into the 132s. And there is now a 132.8. Kind of getting slightly, but not very much. But the tyres are nearly dead. Sliver left on both right-hand side tyres. Not even just the front right or the rear right. It's both of them. Car is just starting to slide. Let's have a quick look around. It should be okay around these corners with the big right handles. It's not too bad. It's these next corners that's going to be the problem. And sort of wavy middle sector. Let's see, he's now only 6 seconds clear. Oh, that car just won't turn. And that is the right hand side completely gone for Will. He's going to have to manage 2 more laps with a 6 second lead to Pagani. And he's not doing fast lap times either, but that is starting to increase. 1:33.2 for Will, 1:32.7 for Pagani. That'll be fine, absolutely fine for Will if he can keep anywhere near that pace up. The tyres are completely gone now, and that confers a massive disadvantage usually. And you can see the gap dropping already through sector 1. Rom is still putting the pressure on. He's managed to stay clear of Tom. Got to be aware of his own tyres as well now. Rom's still in the hunt for P2. Possibly the win if Will's tyres fall off. Lennon P5 did a good job. Battled his way back from being P7 earlier. Ross in 6th, and Aaron and Blue Flag are going at it down into the hairpin. But hits the brakes early. Aaron's a little late. Should just about hold on. He does indeed. Soft tyres giving him the advantage. So Aaron's back up to 7th. I think that's probably as far as he's going to get. Another 5 seconds back to Ross is probably a bit too much. Blue flag P8. Unsafe release. Still going in P9. Kicks up the gravel as he goes across there. Okay. Graham is 10th. Lee is ahead of Tom, who's got a penalty. Homer is 13th. Biggles 14th. And James 15th. 4 seconds is the gap. Garney's going to come flying around these last 2 corners as well. It's a little bit more time off, but only 2 seconds lost there. 1:35 from Panda. Garney at 1:33. That's not going to be enough. Will's going to hold on. If he can maintain that lap time, going to hold on for the win. Rom is still there. Tom is still there. But Garney holding on to P2. Oh, that chicane really hurting Panda. He's lost nearly 3/4 of a second through there. Gonna really struggle at this hairpin as well. Get through this next section with a 1.5 seconds clear, maybe, or 2nd clear at worst. I think he'll be okay. Oh, been an issue for Rom. Just missed it, but Rom has dropped away from Pagani and dropped behind T. Smith. So Tom is up onto the podium. Pagani is now 2.8 seconds behind. I think Panda might have just done enough here. Pagani's now clear of anyone behind him. He's giving it absolutely everything through that chicane. Okay, with that right-hander, he's still 2 seconds behind. So it looks as if Panda is gonna hold on here through the final corners. Just keeps the car on the road, no dramas, and out to the final turn with a 2-second buffer to take a really well-deserved win in race 1. Lovely stuff from him. Pagani P2. Tom beats Rom to the podium, and then Lennon P5 ahead of Ross. Aaron is going to be P7. Blue flag in 8th. Unsafe release just ahead of Graham in 9th. Makes it over. Graham P10, Lee Cole in 11th, Pontivar in 12th, Homer, Biggles, and then at the back, Jaden. What a drive from Will. He will be chuffed with that, especially when he listens back to the commentary and hears me telling him for about 6 straight laps that he had to pit. It was a terrible idea to carry on. This is why I'm having the season off, you see. It's only race 1. We've got 2 more races to come. Got plenty of people watching. We've got plenty of people in the chat. Please do like the stream. I'm going to do so right now to avoid any accusations of hypocrisy. That wouldn't be like me. Great start for Panda and a great start for Ferrari. I'm not going to try and remember the team. I'm just going to call them by their cars or by their liveries. Call them, what were they? Team Fat Max. Team Fat for short. Let's go. Reminder in the race track now and there. Tyres. Please change your tyres if you need to. A couple of really good performances in that race. Will, obviously, with the win. Garney did a fantastic job at the start. Really helped Will out as well by basically making sure that he didn't even have to battle that much. Actually, just kept the pace up. Made sure he kept everyone behind him. And then, yeah, Tom obviously, impressive spin from Ross. Yeah, Tom obviously coming from, was P10 on the grid onto the podium. See how he does on the medium tyres. I believe we are in for a reverse grid. Nope, wrong again. It's a grid as per the finishing order in the previous race. Reverse grid is race 3. So Panda and Pagani, as they did in race 1, will lead us off. Here we go again. Will this time on the medium tyres, Pagani on the softs. Will he look to get the quick jump into turn 1? Does indeed. Down the inside he goes. Will's not going to put up too much of a fight. These guys have obviously got this figured out. And Pagani takes an early lead. We've got going on a bit further back, Lennon and Rom side by side down towards the hairpin. There's a few people side by side further back. Blue flags up into P5 looking to make a move. Lennon, does he hold P3? Rom's got his nose up the inside and he's still there. Now he ducks back in there. Lennon's done well to hold that. Further back, Unsafe is now in P6. Ross in P7, but Thomas drops to P8. Not a good start for him. Lee going one in P9. Aaron, Pickles, Graham, Homer, and Jadon. Oh no, not again. No. Jadon. What have you done? Oh, Pagani just picked up a penalty there, fortunately. He seems to have picked up just about enough of a gap. Keep him in the lead. Interesting to see if he can hold on to his tyres. How long he can hold on to his tyres. People in the chat cheering for Team Only Mans. Currently running P3, fastest one so far is Lennon, ahead of Rom. And then Unsafe is having a little look. See if he can find his way past Blue Flag. Oh, he nearly got such a good exit there. I think he just had to lift off that Unsafe. He was going a bit wide. Still all over the back of Blue Flag. Coming down the hill though. Watch Unsafe through this sector. See if he can close the gap. Blue Flag going nice and tight to the curbs. He's doing well to stay ahead. Once again, looks to have got themselves shuffled into some sort of order. Graham and Homer resuming their battle from race 1. Garney's got a 1.6 second lead as we go into lap 3. Ron will. Ron this time on the soft tyres, but he's not really having it his own way at the minute. P3 under a lot of pressure from Lennon, who's also on the softs. Oh, Rom's very wide. If Lennon gets a good exit here, this could give him... Oh, I'm going to say it could give him third, but he ran wide. Loses out as well. That'll give some encouragement to Blue Flag, who's now closing in. Tom lurking. E7. See what he can do on the mediums. Obviously, BMW doesn't seem massively fast around here. He can make up for that with soft tyres. Oh my word! That looked fast enough. So he launched it into that left-hander. Now he's right up the rear end of unsafe release. Nice in tight round, triple right-hander. And only 3/10 back in the slipstream. Does the BMW have the pace? He briefly jinks to the inside, but he's nowhere near close enough. Has to settle for staying in the slipstream for now. Another good X-edge. Don't think BMW has the straight line speed. Unsafe is not picking up any toe ahead of him. Tommy's closing in, just again not quite enough. Yeah, it's a good point in the chat from Fever. Will didn't have to pit. Will Pagani have to pit? His tyre wear is any worse than Will's was. And he will have to be. Looks to be doing pretty well so far, I've got to say. Ending on 130.1 last lap as well. Anders there, P2. Ron P3, Lennon P4 with a penalty. It's going to drop him off a little bit for now. Although he has pulled a really healthy gap back to Blue Flag. Yeah, so far Lennon, maybe he just picked up penalties, I don't know, but so far not really making those soft tyres work for him. Only in the 131s, whereas Pagani up front has hit a 130.1. Let's see if he can get into the 29s. I heard rumours, did hear rumours. There was a 29 in there somewhere. It's not going to happen this lap, I think. No. Here comes Rom. Looking to challenge for P2. Rom's on the soft tyres. Panda's on the mediums. Rom's looking to go all the way around the outside. This would be a bold move. He's still there. Holds the outside, the end, the inside. Lovely move from Rom if he can hold it. Will's looking for the switchback. Oh, he's done it. Has he done it? It's side by side. Yes, Panda's going to get that. Really nicely done from both of them. Rom did well to get his stick around the outside, make the initial move, but they couldn't quite get it stopped in time for the final left-hander of the chicane, and Panda cut back and swept back up the inside. Great driving all around. Lennon still went fourth. Blue Flag fifth. This is very old school for season 25 of FTRL and GT1. I love it. Garni in the lead, Panda's up there, Rom's up there, Lennon's up there, Blue Flag's up there. You love to see it. He's doing a decent job in the big cat car. P9 solidly in the 32s and at the moment holding off Tom Duval and Biggles. Aaron's not having such a great time this time on the mediums. Back up into the 132s now, but offering a bit of bother early on. Down to P12 and a big slide coming through the chicane there. Graham with a bit of a wiggle as well. Let Homer get the run. Can he get down the inside? Found a gap. Has he got the pace in the Renault? It's not quite there. Can't quite hang in there. Graham holds the position. Oh, where's Aaron going? Very, very wide now. That makes it a very tight battle here for P12. They come through the twisty sector 2. A little bit of bumping coming out of the corner. Aaron's still holding on. Homer's backed off. And all the way around the triple right-hander. Nice exit, and Aaron now, can he look for a move on Graham? Maybe down the start, finish straight. He's not going to get it here. Now we've got confirmation in the chat of a 29.7 in practice from Pagani. He's not quite going to hit those heights now. I think that moment is gone. The tyres are starting to go off a little bit, but he'll be absolutely fine if he can hold on to the tyres. He's in a very similar position tyre wear-wise to where Will was at. Maybe slightly better. I think he'll be okay. Although Ron behind him is significantly better and also on the soft, so he's managed to get past Panda. He said a 1:30.4 compared to Pagani's 1:30.9 last lap, so with 9.5 laps left to go. Not Ron off just yet. Yeah, Will just does not have the necessary pace on those mediums. Lennon's closing in as well. Lennon's tyre's not looking quite so hot though. So Will could see himself in a battle for the podium here. Probably with Lennon. I think Rom's going to get away from him and he's got the tyres to last, so Renault equally good on tyre. Oh, Lennon's in the pits. Right, so that's an early call from Lennon. Hit the pits at the end of lap 7. Let's see where he comes out. He's going to come out pretty much at the back here, with the exception of Jadon. Yeah, P13 for Lennon, I think. Here comes Aaron and Homer. Ooh, he's right with them. Could be interesting. Lennon's just managed to squeeze in front of Aaron. And now Aaron's gone wide, and Homer might be interested in getting this position here, but he couldn't pace up through the corner. Subaru just in his way there. He tried to maintain the pace through the middle of the chicane. Had to drop back off. Very low on the brakes from Homer. Lucky he had that much gap, to be honest. Lennon back out in P12. Fresh softs should see him through this pack of cars reasonably quickly. Tom Duval's gone all the way up to P8. I think Lee's had a bit of a moment because Tom and Biggles have both got ahead of him. And a bit further up it's Ross and then T. Smith. Then on safe. He's right behind blue flag. And they're now out on his own a little as Rom looks to hunt down Pagani. Pagani's measuring his pace well though. Tyres are not looking great. Ooh. Yeah, that is not looking particularly hot. Rom manages to save his tyres. He could be on for a sort of push in the last couple of laps maybe. Feeling that's probably what he's doing now. A bit of a move going on in the background there. Where's Aaron? Needs to get past. Dead ahead of Homer. And a bit further forward, Graham and Lee are now going at it. He's been slipping backwards a little bit in this race. It started well. Put it back to P11, but he looks to have fended off Graham for now. We'll keep an eye on Lennon for now, because he's the one that's going to be looking to make his way through. Not this time. Graham's still looking interested in P11. No room for the switchback though. So these two continue to battle it out. With Lennon, who's going to be the one you expect to be making progress, is now all over the back of Biggles. Let's see what he can do. Oh, Biggles drifts wide, and Lennon straight up the inside. Nice and easy. Into P9, Tom Duval is his next target. He can get a good run through. Oh, it's so much later on the brakes. He can get a good run through here. Get a good exit, sorry. Oh, he's gone for it straight out to the chicane. That's held him up a little bit. Still right on the rear bumper of Tom. Should be able to beat him on the brakes here. Yeah, nice and easy. Hugs the inside. And that is P8 secured for Lennon, and that's left Tom Duval with another problem because Biggles is suddenly all over the back of him. Two Masters ready to have a bit of a battle through here. Both on the medium tyres. Biggles looking considerably fresher, but oh, he's had a bit of a moment. Drops off. He's okay, nearly lost it there. Drops him away from Tom, back into the clutches of Lee, Graham and Aaron and Homer. Oh, James. Come on, James. We're rooting for him from pole in race 3. Garney's got 5.5 seconds. Rom going ever so slightly faster, but I didn't really notice before that rear right from Rom. May require a bit of brake balance shifting from Rom to even that out. That rear tyre might cause me a problem, especially in that Renault. I think Will's comfortable for a P3 here. A great first 2 races for him. A victory and a P3. It's going to be a lot harder for these guys in the final race. Most of them already use their soft tyre allowance, and they're going to be starting near the back. It'll be really interesting to see how they get on in the reverse grid. Look who's lurking in the background. Occasionally drifting around the corners. Now all of a sudden looking pretty menacing. There's a nice exit from the triple right-hander, and is inside a quarter of a second, and now getting inside 2/10 and unsafe release. Unsafe just too far away to pick up the toe from blue flag. Yeah, Tom's got a good exit. Still, that pace of that BMW is just not quite there though. In the toe, he's gaining slightly, but it's not enough. It's going to be a very bold move from there. We're going to have to do this out of one of the corners and get a much better run. The chicane coming up is probably optimal for that. We just have to sit and wait to see if unsafe release makes a mistake. Where is Tom Duval, says on? Tom Duval is currently P9. He lost out to Lennon, as you would expect, Lennon having pitted on the fresher tyres. Set him back a little bit to the clutches of Graham, but so far he's staying ahead. And now you've got this big gaggle of cars, which I suspect Graham is probably more worried about what's behind him than what's ahead now. Biggles in the Mazda is P11. Lee is now 12th. Aaron is 13th. With some very shoddy looking mediums, at least on the front right. Homer is 14th. So all of these guys with a chance to make some progress here. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Where was that? Somebody got off the track and then very quickly back on it. Can't see anyone off. Oh, no. Rom's... Oh, it's Rom. Rom's in the wall. Coming out of the 3 right-handers. Oh dear, oh dear. It's a shame we missed that. No idea what happened. Can only assume he... Was he battling? Did he get himself on the curb? Who knows? Rom. P2. All the way back down to 14th. Wow. So that leaves Pagani very, very, very far clear of anyone. 9 seconds ahead of Panda. Tyres are about to drop off, but he's in a similar position to what Will was in race 1. Will didn't have that much of a gap and still managed to win, so you'd suggest, barring any incidents, Pagani should be nailed on for the win here. Same with Panda for P2, and Blue Flag currently excellent P3. And he's going to come under a lot of pressure in these last few laps. Tyres aren't looking particularly great either. Not for any of them. Sai's got a job on his hands here if he wants that podium. Comes at another moment. Now all the way down to the back. Oh dear, oh dear. No. All gone a bit wrong. A resident Belgian. He's going to have to rely on next race now. He'll be at the front most likely. His rear tyres have gone. Oh, that Renault does not like that. Oof. We've got a hashtag team a few Toms and some Mong. That's a terrible team there. I know full well who to blame for it as well. The gap's starting to come down for Pagani, but not really by any serious amount. Second or so in this lap. Should still be okay. Tyres are fully dead now, mind. Will's going to push on the mediums. See how close he gets. Here's the battle we want to see. It's an only man's love-in, or it was, until Unsafe Release dropped off, and he's let T. Smith sandwich himself in between two only mans and into P5. Tom making good progress again, up to 5th. Lennon in 4th, now turning his attentions forward and hunting down Blue Flag in an attempt to get that podium. We have Team Fat Max 1, 2, 3 at the moment. That could soon change because Lennon is a 10th behind. Now he pulls to the outside. He's going to have to... He's obviously going to make him go the long way around. Why wouldn't he? Just sensible to just cut back out. Oh, Lennon, lovely switchback. Oh, what a move. He saw that coming and picked him off. Fantastic move from Lennon. I think those fresh softs really played in for him. Here he goes to P3. Big slide from Blue Flag. Tom could be into 4th here. Oh, and Sai's getting swallowed up. He was 3rd. He's now 5th. Fortunately for him, Ross and Unsafe were battling coming out of the chicane as well, which means he didn't lose any more places. And lots of sliding of tyres going on. Rom's pitted, unsurprisingly. I think he may have learnt his lesson with that Renault. When the rear tyres have gone, that's it. It looks like that car is not going to be able to hang on like Will did in the Ferrari. He's still there. I think he should be absolutely fine. Just as Panda did in race 1, he slipped back to those sort of 134s, 135s, but that won't matter. He's got a big enough gap. It's going to be a reverse of race 1 most likely for the front two. And Lennon now looks to have got the gap he needs to round out the podium. But there's proof that the pit stop strategy works as well. Lennon, I forget what position he was in when he came into the pits, but he certainly wasn't any further up than 3rd. He's really made that work. It would have taken 10 cars to get back to that position. Tom now in a nice P4 ahead of blue flag. Over that chicane for the final time. Ross unsafe. Will make it safely through. Biggles has made his way up to P8 ahead of Tom Duval, who's now 9th. Graham, then Lee, then Homer, and Aaron still trying to fight his way through. Aaron's just getting to the inside. He's managed to squeeze his way into that gap, which Homer's trying desperately to shut off. Aaron's nearly eaten the entire medium tyre on the front right. That's a strong effort. Meanwhile, that gap is down to 2.5 seconds. This is deja vu from race 1 almost. Finishing gap is going to be about 2 seconds as it was first time around, just with the positions reversed. As around the last 2 corners for the final time in race 2 comes Pagani, and he is going to take victory in race 2 ahead of his teammate. Another 1-2, and Team Fat are absolutely dominating the start of this GT1 season. Really good. P3 for Lennon. 4th for Tom. Keeps up the points tally. Blue flag holds on for 5th. Ross, unsafe release. And Biggles has forward to P8. Good performance from him. Tom Duval in 9th. Graham, then Lee Cole, Homer, Aaron. James isn't going to finish last. He's going to finish 14th. And that is unfortunately down to the rear tyre struggle, should we say, of the Renault. Going to be last place for Ron, but he will have a neat pole position. 4th final. So Pagani takes the win. However, we are now headed to third and final race of the evening, which will be, this time, promised, reverse grid. So this could be about to get even more interesting. Change your tyres, everyone. If you've used the softs already, you can't use them again. Please give me your predictions in the chat. We're going to have a reverse grid. And it's going to have Rom on pole, followed by James, then Aaron, Homer, Lee, Graham, Tom, Biggles, unsafe, Ross, blue flag, Smith, Lennon, Panda, and Pagani at the back. Who do you think is going to triumph out of all that? Most people, I'd say, think, yeah, most of these guys have already used their soft tyres. I think the majority of people here are going to be on the mediums. Quickly check the weather radar. Oh, boo. Boo. I don't even know if it can read, to be honest. God, it's absolutely roasting in this room. What if Crofty ever did commentary in his pants? Ah. Let's see what we've got in the predictions. David says Ron for the win. Marky's going for T. Smith. I don't think that's a bad shout. Already battled his way through twice. No real reason why he won't do so again, especially with most people on the medium tyres. We've got a few that are going to be on softs. That's Blue Flag, Biggles, Graham and Unsafe. Oh, and James and Tom. So quite a few of the guys starting towards the front are going to be in the soft tyres. So if they can avoid getting into any real scraps, they might be able to stage a little bit of a breakaway, and then it's just whether they can hang on to it. So. Look at these two. Oh, he's gone. Never mind. Really hard to pick this one. Try and be bold and make my own. You've got to. I know he had his moment. That was definitely tight. Got to fancy Rom. I mean, just in general, racing aside, you've got to fancy Rom. He's breathtaking. But race-wise, I think it is hard to look past him starting on pole. Yes, the medium tyres. That's my pick. Let's find out. 5 lights are out, and away we go for the final race of the evening here at Dragon Trail Gardens. Ron gets a decent start. James got a pretty good start as well, and Aaron's coming up fast behind. They're not going to make it 3 wide, but it is James who leads us into first corner. So Ron's not got the start he would have wanted. He's very, very wide coming off there. And now Homer's looking interested up the inside and into P1, and there's a bit of bumping and barging going on. And Homer has pushed his way through into first position. Has everybody made it through the chicane okay? I think they have. Oh, Ross hasn't. Oh. Ross has had a moment. Or a collision, most likely, coming into there. And now it's Homer on the soft tyres, trying to make his way clear in P1. And all of a sudden, Lee Collar's up there, also on the soft, challenging. But Rob's been shuffled back to P4 at the moment. Lee sweeps up the inside, and Jay's lost a bit of time there, and he gets shuffled backwards. Aaron there in P5. Then Biggles, Graham, Unsafe, Tom Duval, Blue Flag. And unsurprisingly, the medium tyre runners at the back not really making much progress in that one. T. Smith, Panda, Lennon, Pagani. All still there at the back. It's Homer who leads us through at the end of lap 1. The 1.3 second gap to Lee. Really interesting to see if Ron can hang on to these guys here. He's been further up the grid than most of them in the previous races. Let's see what the relevant pace is. Oh, massive moment from Lee. No, Lee. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, calamity. Homer's P1, 3.5 seconds now after that absolute demolition job from Lee. Took out a number of other people. Rom is one of the unfortunate ones as well. Garney's still back there in P12 and Panda. Oh my, we didn't see that coming, did we? Oof, Tom's got a half-second penalty here, Tom Duval. That is really going to cost him because he's going to be forced to serve it right now. And he's going to drop behind Tom. He's going to drop behind Lennon. Will's not quite going to catch him. Well, for Homer, this is absolute dreamland. Lee was up there battling for P2, got himself just got himself completely out of sorts on the chicane. Took a couple of people with him, and now Jadon's P2 again, but 4 seconds behind Homer. Oh, just as I say that, Homer's got a penalty. Oh my. Only half a second. Should be okay, but he really does need to put out as much gap as possible to these guys. Jadon, Biggles, and then Aaron. Aaron, the first of the medium tyre runners. And that is clustering a few of these guys up behind him. See, Lennon did pick out unsafe to win on the softs, and he's made his way P5 now. A long way to go, though, 6.5 seconds off the lead. This is all going to come down to tyres. And particularly, who is going to have to hit, who's going to want. A bit early to see the respective tyre wear. We're going to have to leave that for a couple of laps. But that gap, having served the penalty, that gap is back to 3 seconds for Homer. At the minute, James is doing a pretty decent job of keeping Biggles at bay. On 30.9, solid lap from Jadon. And Safe's had to battle his way through, so he was a long way behind that time. We'll see what he can do now, perhaps. Aaron's right in his tail, though. Graham as well, joining the party. Looking up the inside for P5 from Aaron, but he's not quite going to get it yet. Still there though, ducks left, then right. Looking for an opening. Is he going to send it down the inside? Not here. It's probably not wise. Just lost a little bit of pace off the curb there, and now he has to worry about blue flag behind him. He can get a good run round here and maybe able to set himself up for a move into the final two corners. Both these guys on the soft tyres. Blue flag is right to his chuff. Just over a tenth between them. Still holding on though. It's Graham again. Looks to the inside, and this time he's got level. He's going to have the inside line. Nothing Sai can do to defend this one, which I'm sure will be eating him up inside. Graham has P6. A little bit wide coming out though, on a bit of a shove. He's on the grass. Blue flag sportingly backs out. Did a good job of actually backing out without making further contact or losing a position, another position for himself. But now Graham's got himself out of sorts on the chicane, and Blue flag's going to sweep back through here. Takes the position on the track this time, as they go side by side down into the hairpin. Graham breaks later, but he's not going to be able to hold on. He has to look out behind him. Here comes Lennon. Battle still going on. There's not going to be room for a move through here. We'll have a look a bit further forward. Aaron P5 unsafe now to P4. Only 5.8 seconds off the lead now. Biggles P3, Jadon P2, and Homer He won, but he's had a bit of a struggle somewhere on this lap. I mean, it may just be because James is going a lot quicker than him. He was at a 1:31.3 last lap. Let's see where he is. Actually, I don't think he's much beyond that this time. 1:31.3 again. James is just going massively faster. He sets the fastest lap of the race at 1:30.58. And that's gained him 8.5 tenths. No, sorry, just 7.5 tenths. Got him to within 2 seconds. So, here we go. All aboard the oven train. Lovely through that chicane. I'm going to stop hyping him up now in case he's a massive accident. Because he's still there as well. He's putting in really good lap times too. Last 2 laps into the 1:30s for him, and he is hanging on to the coattails of Jadon. Unsafe still there as well. And then Aaron a bit further back, being followed by Blue Flag, and we've got a potential move coming from Lennon here. Is he going to try the switch back on Graham? Yes, he is. Is he going to get through? No, he's not. Not quite this time. Did Homer get the memo from Ron regarding tyre wear? Let's find out, shall we? To be fair, he's not doing bad. He's not quite at halfway yet, but the Renault kills you that much. And I may be mistaken, it may have just been a random mistake from him, but he did look to be, even after that accident, he just looked to not have any grip whatsoever on the tyre. So with that in mind, and assuming that to be true, Homer can't even risk even getting to the red line at any point. Not the same as it would be with the Lamborghini for James behind him. Dropped off on the times a little bit now, 1:31.6 that time. To allow Biggles to close in a little bit, although he's not quite within the slipstream range. Here comes Aaron, taking a look at the back of Blue Flag. A little bit wider there than he would have liked. He's trying to stay off the curbs, I think. Yeah. Wide on the outside, it's cost him a bit of time. Side willing to ride the curbs there through the chicane, whereas Aaron wasn't, and it's cost him slightly. And behind him, you can hear a throaty roar of a Jaguar as Graham looks for a way through. Bib says, let's Homer and Unsafe to pit. Safe's doing a good job. Yeah, it's only lap 7, isn't it? That's touch and go. We did see it done, but not in a Lamborghini, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see with Unsafe. He does pit, the problem is he's going to drop in behind this huge back of cars here. Probably all the way back down to somewhere around where Ross is. He'd have to fight his way back through, but it's something that this man did in the second race. Oh, James is already in the pits. So James, despite his good tyre wear, taking any chances, he's elected to come in. So he'll be able to push as hard as he wants to the end now, but all those cars ahead of him, as I said, he's now out to P12. He's got a lot. Oh no! Oh. New order of trousers, please, for one Mr. Oven. It was a horrible moment on cold tyres. Oh, and he's still sliding around the place. I don't think this pit stop's going to work out for him, do you? If he gets overtaken by Ross as well, he's going to be in real trouble. Ross will put up a fight. Tom Durrell slipped way off the back. Oh, he's pitted, that's why. So he's pitted for fresh softs as well. That means Homer now has a 3-second lead to Biggles. But I would be expecting Biggles to stay the course on those tyres. He's almost halfway, and that front right is probably not even a third worn, I'd say. Maybe about a third. So on that basis, if he keeps this up, I'd expect Biggles to get to the end, not just on the softs, but... Oh, Homer's in. Well, I'd expect Biggles to go the distance here. And even have, potentially, it will drop off at a higher rate, but based on that, even potentially a little bit of tyre left at the end. A stellar performance. Holmes coming out comfortably ahead of Jadon after his earlier struggles coming out of the pits. In fact, he's slotted himself back out into P7, which is a great result. Four places ahead of Jane. That's really interesting because these guys that are pitted, oh, Panda, he's big snap and a catch. Yeah, I'm surprised James Beard. I'm surprised as well. He probably didn't want to risk it, but the position he was in, he was in clear air, hunting down the leader. He's now right in the middle of this pack. He should be able to get past them the times he's been doing. They're all on gradually wearing medium tyres, but still got to make those overtakes. We'll see. But yeah, the gaps that we were seeing mean that these guys that pitted have just been spat back out right into the middle of this frantic battle in the mid-pack. One that's being led by Tom now in P4. Aaron not too far behind him, Pagani, and now Holmes already looking to make a move on Pagani. Brakes a lot later, all the way around the outside. Has he got the grip? Can he switch back? No, Pagani's in the way. Not worked out for Homer, and brings Ron a fair bit closer to him as well. It says once the tyres go to 50%, the Lambo becomes a diva on the throttle. Will that be... oh my god, this is a battle and a half. Oh, Aaron! Oh, Aaron's gone! He's taken Homer with him. Oh no. Oh, that is unfortunate for Homer. Aaron's got back going again. I think Homer actually managed to catch him and point him back in the right direction. Well, that's promoted a few people. Homer's now down to 11th. He's behind Jadon. Aaron's still ahead of him, but he'll be on pretty dirty tyres for the next few corners. Indeed. James is all over the back of him. We can hear some screaming of tyres somewhere as well. So I promoted this lot, Rom, into P6. What's going on at the front? 7 seconds is the gap for Biggles. Absolutely prime position here, still doing low 131s. His tyres are looking a hell of a lot better than Blue Flags. Doing an absolutely supreme job of managing them, is Biggle. This is a huge opportunity for the win. We'll leave him as he is, see how he gets on. Graham's going really well in P3. He's trying his best to look after his tyres as well. Doing a pretty good job at it. He won't know what size tyre wear is like, but he'll still be thinking about catching him. So, I think his fastest lap currently through Sector 1, he'll be eyeing up a P2 here, Graham. I think Tom has, especially after qualifying, quietly, done a really, really good job here of making consistent high finishes. He can stay there. I think that's a third, a fourth, and a fourth. I'll put him right towards the top of the table. Oh, Pagani! Yeah, so I think we'd all look a big one. We're not there yet. And take a look at Rom here. No way through yet. The real test. Jadon's driving ability now. Can he find his way past these guys? I think if he can get back to P4, P5 maybe, I think he'd be pleased with that. Would he have wondered what would happen if he carried on in P2? Probably, but even so. He's clearly got the pace on those ahead of him. He can get a good exit. He's thrown it into that corner. Not quite enough to gain on the guys ahead of him though. He's going to have to sit tight and wait. But realistically, those that he can see ahead of him are probably as far as he's going to get, so he's able to just be a little patient, as long as he doesn't get ambushed from behind by Lennon, which is always a possibility. So now P10 after his pit stop, and Homer after his unfortunate collection of Aaron. He is down in P11. Ross has struggled in this race. P12, Tom Duval 13th. Aaron has absolutely rinsed the medium tyre again. Go on, Aaron. See if you can get it down to the bone. Running 14th, and Lee off the back had a moment on lap 8. That was when he was, I think he might have been collected by an accident as well, but he's coming in the back in 15th, having pitted. Delayed seconds for Biggles. 13. Getting very cloudy again. I don't think it's going to rain, but interesting. I think Blue Flag may be happy to hold on to his tyres and happy for a P2, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. Graham has closed the gap. 1.3 seconds between them. Ooh, big old slide from Graham though. Not going to help him. The gap inches out again. 2 seconds. What is going on back here? James has managed to fight his way through to P7. He's looking at the back of Pagani, trying to find a way through. Oh, and he's getting right up on the curb. Looking for the switchback. Oh, what a move. What a move. Absolutely no prisoners taken from Jade on there. He had the speary grip, but he spotted a gap and he went for it, and that's really cost Pagani. I don't know if there was any contact. It didn't seem like there was any, but really put Pagani out of sorts, and he's all the way down to P8 now. Unsafe release taking P7, following Jade on through. Now he's back up to P6. Rom is 1.2 seconds ahead of him. Now that James managed to fight his way through that group of cars, he'll be able to put the hammer down and get some quicker laps in. What on earth is going on back here? Everybody up against the pit wall. Panda, Pagani, Lennon, Homer, all going at it. Pagani's going backwards at a rapid rate here. Homer now looking down the inside. Can't quite get there this time. Pagani dives back up the inside of Panda. Contact in the middle of the chicane. Everyone's going to have to ride the curb and pray here. They've all made it through, and this has allowed Ross to buy back into this. Tom Duval not too far away either. Aaron's way back though. Worked out for him this race. 9 seconds, the gap for Biggles. He looks to have this sewn up. Meanwhile, Blue Flag is still just about holding Graham at arm's length. But that front right, following these two sharp right-handers, going to be fully cooked. But that will give Graham his opportunity with the little tyre he has left. Going to have to use it to make that move. 1 second is the gap. We come over for lap 15 out of 16. An ultimate lap of the final race of the evening. Tom's still ahead in P4. Ron not too far behind in 5th. But James is closing in rapidly. We've got a few battles up and down the grid here. We've got the battle for P2 between Blue Flag and Graham. You've got the battle for P4. Four-way battle between Tom, Ron, James and Unsafe Release still there as well. And then you've got this massive fight going on at the back. Lennon, Garney has made his way back up to P9 after basically being assaulted in the previous lap. And then you've got Panda in 10th, Homer 11th, Ross is there as well. Now Tom Duval has joined the party as well. Oh, Homer's had a moment. Off the curb again. Down to P13 he goes. And then Pagani goes very, very wide, and Panda's up the inside. Bit of a slide on the exit there from Panda, couldn't get the traction down. Pagani maintains P9 just about. All happening here on the penultimate lap of this race. Oh, it's a penalty for Graham. Oh, he's caught all the way back up to blue flag, and he's got a half-second penalty. It's not going to ruin his chances. He's still got an opportunity on the final lap. That's going to cost him. It's going to push him back out to about a second gap, and he's going to have to do it all again on the final lap of the race. However, blue flag's tyres are completely gone this time. Going to really, really struggle to keep him at bay. Biggles, however, about the only man not worried by anybody else. Been an absolutely supreme performance. He can take it easy on this last lap. Everybody else can't. Graham's already got that gap back down to 7/10. Expecting to see a challenge there for P2 before long. If I can stay with them. Through the chicane. Graham can get a good exit. Blue flag is really, really struggling. Graham's not quite there yet. Gonna have to do it in the second half of the lap. Tom is still P4. Rom's round. Oh, he's gone. He was challenging James for P6. And now he's stuck in the wall and all the way down to P13. The yellow flags are waving. Jadon is now clear in P6, but unsafe release has managed to overtake him and is now challenging Tom, potentially for P4. He's on softer tyres, he's on fresher tyres. A bit further forward, Graham is right on the back of blue flag from P2. Can he find a way through? It's going to have to be in the final two corners. If he gets a good exit here, he'll be able to challenge. He has got a good exit. It's 3/10. The gap is coming down. Blue flag's got absolutely no tyres left for this final two right-handers. Is Graham going to be able to make the move? Meanwhile, Biggles comes across the line for a fantastic GT1 victory. Massive congratulations to him. It looks like blue flag is going to hold on for P2. Graham couldn't find a way through, but in the background, unsafe release is forcing his way into P4. Is he going to make it? No, he's not. T. Smith's going to hold on. P4 for Tom, P6 for Jadon, Lennon, Pagani, Panda, Tom Duval. Homer beats Ross to the line for P11, Ross in 12th. Another accident for Rom. It's not been his night, despite the good race 1 result. He comes home in 13th, Lee is 14th, Aaron at the back. Woo! Brilliant, brilliant victory for Biggles. What a race that was. Yeah, Joe saying great defending my side. Well, if there's one thing I can do, it's defend. Putting an absolute masterclass there to hold on. Your final result for race 3, Biggles blue flag in P2. Graham just couldn't find a way through that penalty on the penultimate lap, costing him big as well. Tom, another P4. I think he'll be happy with his night's work, especially after the qualifying result. Unsafe release. And Jadon in the Hurricanes. Lennon in 7th, Pagani and Tom Duval, Homer, Ross in 12th, Rom. We are done. No, thank you, Lennon. Always a pleasure. Got any ideas for what you want to see on the stream? I thought it seems to have gone all right on the technical aspect. So, if there's anything else you want to see, I'll try and build a few more things in next Friday. Replays are always a good one. Try and get that working. If there's anything else you want to see, please do let me know. Give it a go. And a little personal plug as well. If you see me online, Twitch, do check me out. SPY818. I think I'm going to notice some decent daily races in, or at least easier daily races. So you can't call them decent when they keep running the same all day, but I'm going to try and make the push to the elusive A+ rating. So see how that. Right, that will do us for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Please do tune in next Thursday for GT2 and again Friday for GT1. Where are we? Who knows? Oh, we're at Sainte Croix B. One of my personal least favourite tracks, but that's just me. Everybody else seems to love it. And it'll be our first endurance race of the season. That'll be a 42 lap endurance with a reverse championship all to start, actually. That should be interesting. So, yeah. Please do join us for that. Till next time, thank you very much for watching.